members of parliament present, different political leaders, members of the diplomatic corps, members of the civil society, our partners, students, colleagues, and friends, a good evening. My name is, for now, Bernard Mukhone, and I have the privilege to serve alongside Anna at the Konrad-Adenauer-Stiftung over the last 6 years now, almost. It's been such a great honor to serve with you, Anna. And it's a very good evening from my side. I must be extremely honest with you. As the Bama Saba was saying, when you tell the truth, you honor the person. So tonight, I'll tell simply the truth. So I have been thinking about what to say for several days. In fact, this idea of me speaking was conceived in my absence. And every time I tried to begin, I kept arriving at the same place. Gratitude, deep gratitude, personal and entirely genuine gratitude. Anna did not just lead an office. She created a home, a place where human beings could be fully human at work and beyond. Since 2021, I have served below her as a deputy, and in all that time, I watched her build something that does not appear in any of our annual reports or institutional strategic documents. Not that she didn't actually fulfill her official obligations. She built trust. She built grace. She built the kind of environment where people are not afraid to speak the truth, even when that truth was uncomfortable. And I surely know that there were some instances of this kind. I know this not as an observer from a distance. I know it personally. Allow me bring you in to my personal life. In 2023, I was going through one of the most difficult seasons of my life. My wife and I had just welcomed 2 bouncing baby boys into the world. Twins, yes. And as any Ugandan parent will tell you, joy and exhaustion can actually live in the same house at the same time. I was extremely stretched, very thin, between my young family, a small coffee business that I was building, and the responsibilities of this office. So one morning, I walked up to Anna's office and I asked for a brief meeting. And my intention was to resign. I had convinced myself that I was failing on every front, and that the honorable thing to do was to step aside. Before I could even begin to speak to Anna, she disarmed me. She did not lecture me. She did not question my commitment or my loyalty. She simply offered grace. Practical, generous, and immediate. She offered to bring in some short-term support for the office. She adjusted some of my responsibilities, and she told me in her quiet but very firm way that the work could wait, but that I mattered as a father, as a husband, and as a colleague. Because of that one act of leadership, I am actually still here. And because I stayed, so did the business in the coffee sector that today puts food on the tables of many young men and women across the country, contributing in its small way to the fight against unemployment that we all know we need to win here in Uganda. That is what Anna does. She finds the middle between performance and compassion, between institutional mission and human reality, between what an organization demands and what a person needs. She does not force you to choose. She holds the space where both things can be true at the same time. And this, I believe, is the thread that connects her personal leadership to the theme of this evening, finding the middle. In a world that increasingly rewards the extreme opinions, extreme positions, extreme pressure, Anna's time here in Uganda has been a quiet, steady argument for the middle. Not the middle of weakness or ambiguity, but the middle of wisdom. The middle that sees two things in tension and asks, how do we achieve both? She brought that same spirit to everything CAS Uganda touched under her watch in our engagements with political parties across the spectrum, in our work with civil society, with government, in our conversations about democracy, governance, and constitutional values. She showed us every single day what it looks like to hold different ideas with respect and intellectual honesty. Anna, there are people in this tent tonight whose lives you have touched in ways you may never know. There are young people here who watched you lead and decided that principled, empathetic leadership is actually possible. There are colleagues here who worked harder, I know quite many, because you believed in them. Myself too. And there is at least one deputy here, standing before you right now, who did not resign 4 years ago because you showed him what grace looks like in practical terms. You leave Uganda with our deepest respect, our warmth, affection, and our very best wishes for your next chapter. Thank you for being who you are. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's also my honor and it's my great joy to also say that someone is coming in. We welcome with very open arms Mr. Peter. Who joins us as an interim country director for Uganda and South Sudan. Peter, you are arriving at a house that Anna has built so well. With strong walls of trust, a solid foundation of relationships, and a warm and wonderful team ready to walk with you. Uganda receives you with both hands. We are glad you are here, and we look forward to building together with you, and we are confident that in your time with us, you too will find and hold the middle. And ladies and gentlemen, please be welcome this evening. Let's eat, let's drink. As much as possible, let's discuss very freely. Let's celebrate a leader who for days she was among us, always found the middle. Thank you very much, and you're all very welcome. Mr. Mukhone, I want you to welcome you back.
Thank you very much, Mr.